Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Coding with Ado. Today we're gonna do a request from one of our friends here, Christian Danilo Angel. He wanted to do a PancakeSwap API integration using Node.js. So I've been investigating for the past 2-3 days, and yeah, I think that we got it. So let's get started. So in order to do that, I saw different ways to work with this, but the best thing is to work with Hardhat and with infura. So infura, we can get our own node. In here we're gonna use the Ether network to get our node, and we're gonna use this later. My first key here, and you'll be able to see your URL for your Ethereum node. Okay, so basically, yeah, you have like a real secret, blah blah. Here's my API key and all the endpoints. This is the important thing. So when we go to the mainnet endpoint, actually endpoints here, we have here the infura mainnet, and this is my API key for this. Okay, so I'm gonna work with this. So let's get started. So we're gonna first, of course, initialize the package. We're gonna install a couple of things here. So we're gonna install Hardhat. We're gonna install Ethers. We're gonna install Nomic Labs Hardhat Ethers and Nomic Labs Hardhat Waffle. Okay, these are all the libraries that we need to make this work. So we're gonna wait until that finishes. And meanwhile that finishes, we're gonna create a Hardhat config file. Okay, where we're gonna add the required Nomic Labs Hardhat waffle for configuration, and we're gonna do a config. So we're gonna do module exports. We're gonna say the solidity 0.8.18. The networks with Hardhat forking, and then in here we do the URL and the mainnet from infura, the one that we got from there. So let me copy from the other folder, from the other screen, and this is my fork for Ethereum. Okay, so we have Hardhat configured, we have all the packages. Let's create our script, our index.js file, and let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna first do the const Hardhat require Hardhat, and we're gonna start requiring some other files, other things that we need in order to make this work. Okay, so all these things are called the ABIs. So we're gonna need the ABIs, which are like the let's say the description of the functions that they are available per each contract. So we're gonna require the Pancake one, like the PancakeSwap, the router, the PancakeSwap factory, and the two tokens that we're gonna actually go and work with. Okay, so we're gonna do first. Let's get the const smart router. Let's call it ABI. Smart or Pancake. Let's call it like Pancake router ABI. So we're gonna do a require, and we're gonna create a folder here called ABIs, and we're gonna do like pancake swap router.json. Okay, and let's create that folder, and let's look for that PancakeSwap router. Okay, so we're gonna go to our browser here. We're gonna go to VS Ether. We're gonna look here for cake. PancakeSwap. Okay, let's search directly. PancakeSwap router ABI. Okay, here. PancakeSwap router. It's VSC scan, not Etherscan. So VSC scan, we have here the router, and we need to look for the ABIs, which are contract, and we have here the contract ABI. Okay, so we copy all this, we go to another screen here, ABIs, create file, let's call it PancakeSwap router.json, and let's add the router ABI. Okay, so we want that first. Is it? Let me see. Perfect. Now we need to route the factory. So we're gonna do the same search here, but for the factory. So PancakeSwap factory ABI. We can go to PancakeSwap again, VSC scan, open here. We will go to contract. We have here the factory ABI. So we're gonna add here our file. Let's say pancake. Oh, sorry. We search again PancakeSwap factory ABI. We go to the URL contract, and we have here the contract ABI. So now we go here, and let's call this PancakeSwap factory JSON, and we have their ABI. Now we're gonna do some WETH to USDC. Okay, so we're gonna add the ABI for WETH and the ABI for USDC. Okay, so let's go and search for WETH. WETH ABI. I think we can search it here. Contract. Here is the WETH ABI. So we create the WETH .json. Let's have that, and then let's do USDC. Why is that? Okay, never mind. Let's do USDC ABI, Google. We can search in different places, but yeah, basically the USDC ABI here, some LinkedIn and cars. Okay. Try to check if there's something weird, but yeah, basically this is the ABI. The ABI is just the information about the functions that they have on the Solidity contract. Okay. So yeah, let's do here USDC, JSON, and add the USDC. Okay, so now we have the 4 USDCs. So we have the PancakeSwap router, we have the Pancake factory ABI equals to require factory. We have to like do like const USDC ABI equals to require ABIs USDC, and same thing for the WETH ABI equals to require ABIs with.json. Okay, so now we have the 4 ABIs. So what do we need to do? So we also need to have the addresses. So we need to have the smart, let's say, pancake router address. So we need to go and search for the contract address. I already have that, so let me share that with you guys right here. So the pancake router address is this one. The pancake factory address is here. All this information is in the same pages that we just got the contract, the ABIs. Okay, so it's just the same node there. We need to have also the USDC and the WETH. So the wallet USDC, sorry, the contract USDC address, like USDC address, it's gonna be the that we have here. And the WETH address is gonna be this one. So all these executions that we're gonna do on this functionality are gonna be dummies. So I'm not gonna use my wallet, my personal wallet. So we're gonna impersonate a specific signer. Okay, so we're gonna do const signer address. It's gonna be, it's like a public address that we can use, that it will create some transactions, but it's not signed, so it's not gonna be a real live money being moved, but it will create an item in the mainnet node, so you can see that the transaction is created. Okay, so if you actually wanna do something there, you'll need to modify some of these wallet addresses here. Okay, mainly the signer address, and you'll see the function that I will add is the impersonator signer instead of like the actual signer. But yeah, let's move ahead. So we are gonna create a async function to do all these transactions. So async function execute transaction. Okay. I'm trying to think how much, like, what should I set here? We can send. Should we send the amount here? No, because it's gonna be calculated. Okay, for now let's send nothing. You'll be able to modify it yourself. So yeah, basically we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do sync function here. Wait, execute transaction. Okay. Okay. So in the execute transaction, we're gonna first need to require to create a provider equals to Hardhat ethers provider. Okay, we're gonna create the factory contract. So const factory contract equals to new Hardhat ethers contract with the factory address. The factory address is the pancake factory address. the factory ABI, so Pancake factory ABI, and the provider. So here we have the factory contract. So now we know that PancakeSwap is gonna do something, right? We are gonna do some. So after we have that, we need to get the pool of addresses. So let's do const pool address, pool address. It's gonna be await factory contract dot get pool. I'm gonna send here the WETH address, the USDC address, and here we're gonna send a value, which is gonna be the fee that we're gonna pay. So let's say 500. Okay. We wanna see what's going on in the pool. So let's do console log pool address. So we know if there's like any pool addresses and everything. So now we need to set up the signer of the transactions. So let's create this signer, which is gonna be like a fake signer. We're gonna do const signer equals to await hardhat ethers get impersonated signer. If you actually do like want to do your own transactions, you can do like a get signer and add your private key. But we're gonna do this impersonated signer. So it creates the transaction, but it never confirms it. Okay. Remember that blockchains work like that. Like you can create the transaction, but it takes some time to confirm. This impersonated signer, it will create the transaction, but it's never gonna be accepted. So we have that. Now we're gonna do the two contracts. Let's get the const with contract equals to new hardhat dot ethers dot contract with the WETH address, the WETH ABI, and the provider. Same thing for the USDC. So USDC contract equals to new hardhat ethers contract with the USDC address, USDC ABI, and the provider. So now we have the USDC and the WETH contracts. Okay. And now that we have that, let's calculate the amount that we want to transfer from one to the other. So let's do in. It's like the amount in, so it's like I put specific amount and then the out is gonna be calculated, right? So let's do hardhat dot ethers dot utils dot parse units, and let's do 118. So we're gonna send like one width, which is like 0.0001, I think, of it. The USDC. It's cents, I think. Then we're gonna do an await with contract dot connect with the signer. We're gonna approve the smart router. Sorry, Pancake. I always do the smart router. Pancake router address and the amount in the string. So we're gonna approve the transaction to that specific address and this amount in. Okay. Now that Pancake has kind of like that money, let's do, or has like that transaction signed, that connection signed, we're gonna do the actual object to send the transaction. Okay. So in order to do that, let's do let's create the transaction entirely. So const params, it's gonna be the token in, which is gonna be the WETH address, the token out, it's gonna be the USDC address, the fee, we're gonna paste 100, the recipient is gonna be the signer address, the deadline, it will be like in let's do math dot floor date now divided by 1000, so we have like the seconds plus, let's do like an hour or something like that. So let's do like 60 seconds by 10, so it's 10, no, it's 10 minutes. Let's do 10 minutes. Amount in, then we have the amount out minimum. We can request like, hey, at minimum we want X amount of specific tokens from USDC. We're not gonna do that. Underscore price limit, so the amount that it will like change from the other token, let's do 0. So you can say like, hey, if we modify the entire price of the token out for more than X amount, then it won't do the transaction. This works for small tokens. Once we have that, let's record how much balance is in each contract, so we know what's going on. Okay, so let's do the WETH balance. Actually not constant, we're gonna do a left because I'm gonna modify those. Gonna be await with contract dot balance on signer address. So like, hey, this signer address, how much WETH do you have? Let's do the same thing on the USDC. USDC balance equals to an await USDC contract dot balance of signer address. Let's do console log with balance. It's so with balance USDC balance USDC balance. Okay, so basically we're gonna show like what's the balance in one or the other. We could format this because the numbers are gonna be like really long, because remember that they have a really long amount of digits. So let's do that. Let's do for WETH, I think it's 18 digits. So I think that Hardhat has like a function here, hardhat.ethers.utils.format units, and let's do, yeah, you can see value will be numerish and unit name, and let's do to string, and let's do 18 digits. Okay, and let's do the same thing for USDC. So hardhat.ethers.utils.format units, USDC balance dot to string, and let's do, I think that's 6 digits for USDC because USDC is in dollars. Yeah, I think 6 or 8, one of those. Let's wait for 6. So once we have that, it's gonna be like a line saying with balance and USDC balance. That's perfect. Now we need to execute the transaction. Okay, so we created a transaction there with the params, like we had the params for the transaction. So let's execute that. Let's do Cause transaction is gonna be an await, a smart router, sorry, pancake router, a contract. Where's the pancake contract? Pancake contract, factory contract. Factory contract. No, it's the other one. It's the. Are we missing something here? Yeah, we're missing the pancake contract. Okay, so we need to go back a little bit. So we have the WETH contract. We didn't need. Okay, so we didn't need this with this one. Okay, that's there. So we don't need. We just need the first one. Or we need the contract as well. The USDC contract. Yes, we need both. We need the mountain, and we need to create the WETH contract, which is this one, and we need to do the pancake contract. Okay, so first pancake contract, pancake router contract is gonna be an await, a hardhat dot ethers dot contract, and we're gonna need the pancake router address, the pancake router ABI, and the provider. Okay, so it's pretty standard how do you connect to the contracts, right? So now that we have that, we have to do the pancake router contract dot connect with the signer, and then we do exact input single. In here you can do all the other functionalities from the contract, like the exact tokens for token, but I'm gonna use this exact input single. Okay, we're gonna set the params, and we're gonna send an object here which will have the gas limit. So if the gas limit is more than X amount, we're not gonna do like the transaction. So let's do hardhat dot ethers dot utils dot hetzify, and let's do a million. Okay, let's do await th.wait, and once that finishes, let's check out the balance of the WETH and the USDC. So let's go and copy that and paste that there. So basically we will know if the balance has changed, and we can also do like a console log of the X to see the transaction specifically run. Okay, so let's clear this out and let's run this thing. So we are missing the get pool. Get pool is not a function for the factory contract. The get pool, it is from the factory contract, but I think that we're missing something here. Let's see. We have that on line 20. This get pool. Factory contract. I think that our ABI for the factory is not the one. Let's see our factory contract here. No, that's not the PancakeSwap factory that we're gonna need. Let me grab that real quick. So this is the factory swap. I'm gonna add on my code all these ABIs so you can have them. But one thing that you can check is that the get pool it is in here. So let's run it again. Approve the whole control. Okay, for the web code. Okay, so I have the wrong ABIs. So again, let me grab all these ABIs and I'm gonna send them, add them on the code. So just in case I'm gonna replace all these here, and the router here. Okay. Okay, you can see the pool address. So there's a pool address. And now there's an error on, let me see, index line 70. No, that's not it, sorry, it's 34. Line 34, the Pancake router contract. So the Pancake router contract, so the contract, we have the, sorry, it's not a new, it's new, it's not a wait. Okay, so let's run this out. So node index. And we should be able to see the pool address, the WETH balance, and the USDC balance, and then the new values and the transaction. So you can see that the WETH balance was 165, and now it's 164. The USDC balance was 81, now it's 2,269. If we run this again, it will be similar values, because remember that these transactions are impersonated signed, so it's not gonna be like changing values, you know, you can see the same thing, 165, 164, 81, 2,269. Okay, it will change a little bit because of like the fluctuation of the coin right now with the prices. But the idea is that this way now you can see how it creates the transaction and everything. The only thing you should be able to change here is your signer address, so you can add your private key instead of, you know, this key from I think it's Vitalik Buterin's address. So yeah, you can change that in here. Instead of get impersonated to signer, you can do like get signer actually with your private key, and you'll have like a really transaction ready to go. You can see all the information that it gets, you know, the block number and everything that confirms that the transaction is gonna be applied directly to your account. And also you can go to your infura account and you can see all the requests that it did, so you can see that it's fully working on your side. So if I refresh here, I was in 679 I think. Yeah, so it's 143 transaction counts, get storage shard, get transaction count, batch, etc. So you can see all these transactions that we are currently running to see all this information. You know, get balance, get code, batch, get transaction count, etc. So yeah, that's basically how you do some transaction swap, some coin swap, or using PancakeSwap. So basically, again, you have the Pancake contract and the factory. You have the contracts that you are going to exchange from, you know, USDC to WETH, and your private key for your wallet, where it will execute that transaction. And yeah, that's basically how you work with PancakeSwap's contracts. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a lot, as I did as well. Like, subscribe, and see ya on the next episode. Bye bye.